Why do we want to talk to him?
I'm fascinated by it. This is Javier. Hey, Javier, how you doing?
Good morning, Howard.
Morning. Now, you are a fan of the show for how many years?
Well, very few years because obviously I couldn't listen to K-Rock. I knew you from first Letterman in the late 80s, and then the E! Show, and then...
well, you live in San Juan, right?
Right.
Yeah, so he couldn't...
So how does he become an Eric the Midget expert?
Well, I started listening to Howard Stern Show clips on YouTube.
Right.
And, then I would watch and I would see, like, clips that said Eric the Midget. And I couldn't care less about a midget.
Right.
I was intent on listening to, like, Gary saying Reese's instead of Reese's or McKine.
Right.
And one day I said, I got to give the guy a chance. And from the first moment I heard, I was totally hooked.
He's like totally obsessed with Eric the Midget.
I would say so, yeah. It's a great entertainment.
And your obsession goes so deep that you literally, what did you do? You cataloged all of his appearance in order?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of guys who put up sound clips of Eric on YouTube.
Right.
And what I did is when you have an account on YouTube, you can make playlists. So there were so many that I started to put them on the playlist in chronological order. The great thing about it is once you listen to Eric on the serious years, it's almost like a saga. It's like a bunch of stories, and it's all so funny. It's so incredibly funny.
So it's almost like a movie to you.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stories. You have the flying with balloons thing and his so-called girlfriend Kendra.
Javier, when you go back in time now, because I don't even remember this, and since you're the world's greatest Eric the Midget expert.
Yeah.
Did he become sort of, like, everyone thinks he's sort of an asshole. I don't necessarily subscribe to that, but was he more well-behaved and compliant when he first called in on K-Rock?
Well, I really haven't listened a lot to K-Rock calls because most of what you find is serious years. But obviously you couldn't say a bunch of stuff on K-Rock.
So you don't know how it came about that Eric called our show, like what his first call was ever about. Do you know that?
I know.
Oh,
it
you
was
do?
About American Idol.
About American Idol. You mean he called up over the transom, he suddenly just called into our radio show and said, I want to comment on American Idol?
I think he wanted to defend Kelly Clarkson because I think he called her fat or not that pretty, and he got angry, and I think he called in to defend her.
Wow.
And you say that Eric, more than anyone on the show, inspires you to listen and to find out more because of this saga of Eric's.
Yeah, I can't wait for Eric to call again. It's very sad what's happened, but you know what? It happens almost every year. He says he's 100% done with the show, and then he calls again. Whether he takes a week or a month, eventually he calls again. And you know what, Howard? I'm following him on Facebook, and he's already, I think he's breaking down already.
He's cracking?
What gives you that idea?
He's been saying that he's done for good, and then I think yesterday he said, well, if certain conditions are met, I may call again.
I see.
He's already breaking down. He said that basically his conditions are that only the people in studio can only goof on him, that Gary has to stop attacking him daily because he believes that Gary attacks him daily.
Right.
That once his call ends, you have to stop goofing on him. And, he's already putting conditions.
That's
so
funny.
I think he's breaking down, and I think eventually there will be a reconciliation. He's radio gold, Howard. It can't end like this.
So you don't think Howard can stay away from him? Because Eric didn't ban himself. This time, Howard banned him.
Well, the difference this time is I banned him, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because I really feel he was not honest with me. We went through a lot of trouble to line him up for the IQ test. And I believe he really understood what was going to be the bit. And like you say, he wants this special consideration, which would destroy the entire bit.
Yeah, he's acting as if he left the show because of the way we were treating him. That's not the case at all.
Right. In fact, I think I was treating him very well and certainly getting him opportunities and getting him laid and all kinds of things. There was a lot of quid pro quo. But, he...
And now he's in a negotiation with himself. Nobody's talking to
No,
him.
I mean, I'm really kind of furious because I've always felt that if you make a deal with someone and you say you're going to be part of a bit, and then we go to the expense, and we just don't get a lot of money around here to do bits. So to get like almost like $1,000 to test him and get testing for everyone else, we put this all together. And, it takes a lot of time to put this bit together. We could have tested someone else. So I got really angry with him. And I'm not backing down.
And rightfully so. He
got to me.
It's all bullshit. He knows what it's about. He knows how it goes. He just makes up excuses. But it's one of the fascinating things about Eric Howard.
What is your favorite Eric the Midget phone call? Like, what was your one big Eric moment?
Oh, man. There's so many. That's hard. When he ordered Johnny to do a hit on that guy, Jerry.
Yeah.
When he said, "I'm club fucking footed, you ass wipe."
That is a great one.
The whole
I'm club fucking footed, you ass wipe.
Javier, how old a guy are you?
I'm 35.
35. You got a job?
I'm an attorney.
You're an attorney, so you're not some slouch.
Wow. You actually have a practice?
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
work for the government.
Oh, my.
Look at him. Yeah, he's a big shot, and he loves Eric the Midget. All right, hey, I'm going to test. Hey, let me do you a favor, Javier, here. I'm going to let you prove you're the world's biggest Eric the Midget fan. I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
All right.
I'm going to see how well you do. I'll tell you what.
All right.
If you get 50% of them right, I'm going to give you $711 cash.
Oh.
From 7-Eleven.
50%?
Yeah. I don't know how many questions I'm going to ask you, but if you get half of them right, is that fair, Robin?
All right.
Don't you think? 1 out of 2 kind of thing?
Sure. Go for it.
All right. You get $711 cash from 7-Eleven. Be sure to pick up this month's cup with a Cause Celebrity Coffee Cup designed by Will Ferrell. All right. All right, here we go.
All right.
World's biggest Eric the Midget fan should know the following answers. How tall does Eric claim to be?
Well, originally he claimed to be around 3'6". Now he says he's 3 foot. I don't know how he lost 5 or 6 inches. But
Well, he claims to be 3'5". He later admitted he's 3 foot. So I'm going to give that to you. That's
Yeah.
absolutely correct. All right. What is Eric's birth date?
March 11th, 1975.
That is 100% correct.
Wow.
Javier, you're not bullshitting.
You are really into Eric.
All right, ready? Question number 3. Who is Eric's roommate?
Jan.
Jan is correct.
Jan Johnson.
So far, he's 100%, Howard.
Yeah, this is very impressive. You're well on your way to getting the $711 and proving you are the world's greatest Eric the Midget expert. What children's book did Eric the Midget try to write?
Dougie the Puggy.
That is correct. You do miss the little guy when you go through these things.
Howard, I had an idea for Eric. I wanted him to give me permission to write the Dougie the Puggy sequel. Dougie the Puggy meets Granny Annie.
Were you? Have you ever actually spoken with Eric the Midget?
I once logged on to the JFSC just to check it out.
Right.
And that was actually the day where he ended the show in a fit of rage. And I talked to him on Facebook, but obviously not over the phone or anything.
Right. That would be a dream for you.
Yeah.
The first TV show on which Eric ever acted.
American Dreams.
That is correct.
Wow.
All right, this is a hard one. You ready?
Your knowledge of Eric
All right,
is
go ahead.
very deep.
If you know this one, I'm going to say this guy's unbelievable. What name did Eric use to pretend to be someone else on the Stern Fan Network?
Romeo Blues.
That is correct. Wow. Wow. I mean, you're already getting the $711 just based on those. But here, I'm just going to give you a couple of more because I'm impressed.
All right.
Who did Eric the Midget say his favorite band was in 2005?
Oh, boy. You got me there.
Rascal Flatts.
I was going to say that. That's the only one I could think of.
He likes country. Yeah.
Eric claimed he was dating a girl in 2008. What was her name?
Kendra.
That's correct. What did Eric want to name his modeling agency?
Eric's a modeling agency.
Yeah, Eric's Modeling and Talent Agency. That's correct.
Why would you name it anything else?
Yeah. What a great name. Eric's Modeling Agency. Remember he was going to let the model live in his house?
Right. That was, yeah, he was having a contest, and part of the prize was living with him.
She had to live there for 7 years.
Yeah, I think that was
7 years.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Like he had to sign a contract with her. She wasn't allowed to leave for 7 years.
What a contest.
Eric's Modeling Agency. You go out. He was going to go to all the clubs and look for the winner. And then when he found her, he was going to lock her up in the
Right,
house.
he's going to take her home.
Where he could advise her. I wonder if the girl ever
And
would have
basically stifle her career.
lived there for the best 7 years of her life. All right. What song did Eric sing when Sal asked him to audition for The Wizard of Oz?
Oh, the Lollipop Guild.
Exactly right. Eric once admitted to his masturbation method. What was it?
Oh, he humps the bed.
That's right. Lays on his belly and rubs against the sheets.
Yeah.
Right.
So far, dude, you only got one wrong.
One wrong.
All right, I'll give you a couple more. What were the names of the two Bunny Ranch whores who accompanied Eric to the studio?
Oh.
Haley and Cherry.
Correct.
Wow.
Oh, the world's greatest Eric the Midget expert.
You don't have time to practice law.
What was the name of the Bunny Ranch? Would you go to a lawyer who was the world's greatest Eric the Midget expert?
No.
What was the name of the Bunny Ranch whore who took Eric's virginity?